places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more.
Hey guys, great to see you. So there you heard my rendition of a Beatles song, In My Life. And this came from the album Rubber Soul. And it's very much a John song for me. There's some speculation that Paul may have helped him with the song. I guess we'll never know, and I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But in the main, it sounds like a very kind of John song to me. And it's really, really nice song, and it ranks very, very highly on all the kind of Rolling Stone and, you know, the top Beatles songs and things like that. So I thought I'd take a look at this one and show you what's happening, because I think it's a really nice track. You have this riff which runs through the song and periodically, which is a very distinctive kind of part of it, which is a nice, lovely riff. And you don't really hear a whole lot of guitar on the record itself because it's dominated by the bass and the drums and various other instruments. So the guitar's kind of quite minimal in a sense. So what I've done is I've come up with a version that is a little bit fuller if you're playing it by yourself. Okay, so let's kind of take a closer look at what's happening here. Okay, so let's start off with the kind of intro riff. Now, if we just place our index finger on the second fret there and we bar the bottom 4 strings, and the first kind of notes we play are the second and the 5th string, like so. Okay, then we add this pinky to the 5th fret 1st string, so we play. Then what we play is we play the 2nd string, and what we're going to do is we're going to hammer on with our middle finger to that 3rd fret 2nd string. Okay, so we got, yeah, then it's an open E string, this bottom one. So now we have, then we bar the bottom 5 strings of the 2nd fret and we place this middle finger where we hammered on to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then the ring finger and the pinky play the 1st and the 3rd strings of the 4th fret, and then we play the bass string and the bottom 2 strings. Okay, like so. And if you feel like you can play a variation of that, but that's what I play. So now we have, and then there's kind of a little strum, this type of thing, and then it repeats. Okay, and just whilst we're on the subject of the lick, at the very end of the song, it plays something slightly different. For the very final line, he plays. Okay, so we're just holding that shape that we've played and we're just playing. Okay, so that's the bass, and then the bottom three in like that fashion. Off with the pinky, on with the pinky, then pinky goes to the 5th fret 1st string, and we go back to that position. Okay, so that whole little sequence is okay, so that's the main lick and the ending lick. Alright, so now let's move on to the verse. For the verses, what we have is an A chord, an E chord, an F sharp minor chord, an A7 chord, with a G in the bass. That's the important thing, yeah? Then we go to a D again, a D minor, and A. And it repeats. Okay, so as you can see, the verses are relatively simple. Now, the only thing that might cause you a problem is when you come to the A7th with the G in the bass. Everything else is relatively straightforward. So the A, E, F sharp. Now, when we come to that one, now it's easy to go to an A7, but for some reason, trying to add the G in the bass, like anything that's new to us, it takes a little bit of time to get smooth. So, you know, if you're struggling with it, you can actually just play an A7, but I would recommend persevering with that. So let me play it with and without. So that's with. That's without. So it's up to you. Depends how much you want to persevere. Personally, I would persevere and try and sort that out, because it is a very nice kind of chord to just add that G in the bass. Okay, and so that, as I say, covers the verses. And so for the choruses, we just have an F sharp minor to a D to a G. Now you can play a G, you know, however you want. Yeah, I'm just playing a partial G really, because I'm not hitting the A string so much, which is why I'm not fretting that there. But equally you could play or any form of G. I just happen to play that one to A, then F sharp minor again to a B. Okay, so that's a B shape, and then a D minor, and A. Yeah, so let me just run through that chorus. F sharp minor, D, G, A. F sharp minor, B, D minor, and A. And then the lick. And then you're back into a verse. If you don't want to fingerpick the song, you can just strum the song. You know, whatever you want to do. And when I'm picking it, really, I'm just kind of using my thumb for a bass note, yeah? Along with 2 or 3 strings, and it's usually the B, G and D. And when we go to the D, obviously we're going to go to the E, B, G, the D section, bottom 3 strings, and then back up to 2, 3, 4, B, G, D. And so I think also, you know, it's worth persevering with a little bit of fingerstyle now and then, because it will develop your right hand, and ultimately that's going to take you to a different place with your guitar playing. If you can, you know, start along this track sooner rather than later, it will really help your playing. And you get this kind of nice feel to the song. And when you're picking like this, you can flick out these three fingers, you know, the ring, middle and index. So you're creating a little... kind of just play it how you want. The important thing is just to get familiar with the chords, get comfortable with the changes, and then you've pretty much got this one cracked. It's not terribly difficult. And so there you have it, guys. For anybody who's interested, I have done a kind of chord sheet and arrangement over at Patreon if you're still struggling a little bit, but you should be okay kind of with the song. And I hope that helps you, and I look forward to seeing you soon with another lesson. Thanks very much for joining me, guys. All the best.